Hi, welcome to another episode of Lids On. We're back. Oh my god! The last episode before 2025 comes to a conclusion. I am Bo.
I'm Shark.
I'm Ailey. I'm Cleo.
And this is Lids On. Now, it has been a minute. Life happened. We're all very poor at organising ourselves and remembering stuff. So we'll all be accountable for that. But we're going to get straight into it in terms of our predictions because this season, I guess much like every other season in the NFL, is absolutely unpredictable. And yeah, but just before we start, before we get into the thick of it, I want to make a clear boundary because boundaries is always important in healthy relationships. There's a few teams in the league that are having quite an increased amount of success. One of them being the Bears. Now, warranted, we're going to get into the thick of it, and I'm being a positive and supportive friend. I am very much happy for my friend. However, I want Shaq to be accountable, and I don't want her to get Chief syndrome. So we've got to be accountable. So I have a flag. Every time it veers into just a little bit, then we throw the flag. Just so you know.
That's
Healthy
fair.
boundaries. So if you guys, if the visual watchers are like, why am I waving a duster? That's the premise, okay?
That is fair.
Because healthy relationships and healthy friendships always have boundaries. So let's get straight into it. My first question is, Ailey, are the Panthers actually good?
50% of the time.
What the fuck? Like, you guys have surprised me. Like, you're like a slow bait. You're like a slow cooker, aren't you? Like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
Me too. I think they're just determined to give me a heart attack, basically. We play exceptionally well one week, and then the next week implode. Ironically, if we'd have beaten the Saints, who historically have been rubbish until the last 4 weeks, last week we would have won the division at the weekend, but we are only good 50% of the time, so that didn't happen. We're determined to just be above 50%,
Aggressively
we
average.
we could have won 11 if we were not stupid. But Bryce Young, I think, has found his feet this year. Definitely helps having a few more weapons, but as an offense, proper young. Like the wide receivers, McMillan's year one, I think. He's a rookie. You've got Jatavian Sanders at tight end that's kind of coming into it. Thank God, because Tommy Tremble is also useless. But Jalen Coker making some big plays as well. And then on defense, you've got the rookies who have bolstered our kind of run defense, especially with the vets scooping up the interceptions. Mind you, that Baker Mayfield won that last one at the end to seal the game. I don't know who he was throwing that to, but I will take an interception and I'll take a turnover.
Like anyone else's thoughts on the Panthers? I was surprised in my pick'ems that I was like, you know what? I think the Panthers. I trust the Panthers. I think they're good now, and they came through. What was that all about?
I
We're
feel
in the
like
upside down.
I feel like other than maybe the Falcons, the Panthers to me have been the most inconsistent team this season. Like, I can't keep up. I don't know when you're going to win, when you're going to lose. I just usually hope that you win because I quite like the Panthers. It's been a bit of a roller coaster to follow.
We made it onto Sky, so we must be doing something right. It's
big
the
leagues.
first time in probably about 3 years where I was like, I guess I'm not watching that game. Guess I'll have to watch it today.
Damn you, Phoebe Schechter.
Love you, Phoebe, but stop stealing my game, please.
Okay, what about you, Cleo? What are we saying about the Saints? I don't think it's been an absolute write-off of the season.
If you'd asked me 5 weeks ago, I would have told you, I hate this sport. I hate this team. I don't want to come back. This is awful. But I have no idea how or why or where it's come from. But Kellen Moore is starting to get the best out of the players that he's got on the field. They look like they're playing for each other. And there's some like vets there who want to make a big last impression. I think like you've got like Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, who are like probably in their last season, who want to go out with a bang. So they're coming through clutch. And yeah, Tyler Shuck is putting the ball where he needs to put the ball, which is absolutely mad. If you'd asked me 5 weeks ago, I would have said you're lying to me. And why would you want me to not have Archie Manning? But now it's not going to happen because there are teams worse than us, which what the hell? Didn't expect that. But also the NFC South is and has been notoriously, I think, for a really long time, quite even. Like in terms of we're all equally average. But like, I mean,
Never a true
it's
statement.
been years that the winner of the NFC South has like had a maximum of 9 wins. Like they're not like outstanding 12-win teams. And even like now we're talking about the Panthers and the Bucks going into week 18, last week of the season, playing each other probably to determine who's going to win the NFC South, with both of them having a pretty much 50% record. So,
It's guaranteed like 8-8.
yeah, exactly. And it's not going to blow anyone's mind by any means, but like personally, I would love to see the Panthers in the playoffs because I loved watching Bryce Young play football. I just think he is just lights out. He's just so fun to watch. I mean, he's no Tyler Shuck, but he's really. But yeah, in terms of the Saints, I can't complain. They've done good, boys. You definitely raised the standards, so I'm here for it. If we can win the last 2 games, I'll be happy.
I was impressed by Tyler Shuck last night. Was it last night when they played the Jets? What day
Yeah,
is it? I
2
don't know.
touchdown throws last night. He had a game was it a couple weeks ago or last week where he ran?
Yeah, he ran a lot.
Yeah, and he looked really positive, really like he knew what he was doing, how long he had in the pocket and where it was going to collapse. Yeah, he looks like he could actually be something. We'll see.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Prefer him over Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's more consistent and he's definitely got a bigger potential. Like I think Spencer Rattler, like that's as good as he gets, seeing from him. But with Tyler Shuck, he's generally getting better every time I see him play. He's making better decisions and his throws are getting better. His runs are getting better. Just like everything's just clicking. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? Half of our team might leave and then I'll have to start again and then we'll be here next season going 5-10, woo! So, early days, but
Do
positive
we
vibes.
think Taysom Hill's going to renew? Like, he's
mean-
getting on, isn't he? Like,
Love
he's
Taysom
still
Hill.
good. Like, I'm not like.
He is jacked, bro. He's jacked. I'm like, they just pay him to go to the gym. I'm telling you, like, if I was him, I would extend for another year, go to the gym.
That's in every positional meeting known to man.
Yeah, he actually wrote the playbook, so that's why.
Come on, Shaq. Now you should.
I would just like to say I've been fairly humble this season. I think because up until this weekend,
Flag that.
well, I was going to say probably to live with, probably not to me friends, but probably to live with. I think Han was worried I was going to be an absolute prick. But I think up until last weekend, I still just presumed everything would go wrong and somehow we'd miss the playoffs again. But no, obviously I've been impressed. It's pretty much every single win has been the last 2 minutes, which I haven't enjoyed, but I've been really impressed with Caleb Williams this season. I think he is, well, his nickname is obviously Iceman, but he is very cool, calm and collected, which is obviously what you want, is like in your QB. And all hail Ben Johnson, savior of my life. But no, honestly,
I love your WhatsApp picture so much. Sorry.
I did that. I was really drunk when I did it, so I woke up and I had no idea what my profile picture was. Yeah, no, I've been impressed. I'm very happy. I'm a happy Bears fan, which I've never said before. It's been good. Our defense, it's up there.
What do you think's been the main difference this year?
I think, honestly, I feel like the team like each other and know what each other's going to do. I feel like nobody really cared about each other. They were just there to play football. They weren't there to like be successful in football, if that makes sense. And I feel like our defense has just popped off this season. Like if it wasn't for our defense, we'd have about 3 wins max. But I think our defense like has just been an absolute solid wall. Like Nishan Wright, what a guy.
Last chance you use star, Rajon Wright.
He's phenomenal. I'm pretty sure he was like our 3rd string DB as well and got flung in because of all the injuries. And then he's what now, leading interceptions or 2nd or something? I don't know. Wild. I love him. I'd die for him.
Was it him that forced the fumble on the tush push?
Which had definitely been done the week prior, but didn't count somehow.
Well, yeah. So they were like, no, and forward progress.
Yeah, which is obscene. But I'm just quietly very happy.
I can tell you're like holding it back so much. I'm very
I
proud of
really
you.
am. Do not
So
want
I
that
will
flag.
Obviously, mystical, calm and collected when he threw the game-winning touchdown pass and just put his hands in his hand
Yeah.
warmer. Ball was in the air, like.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing else you can do at that point other than watch it, but
Yeah, put your hands back in your pockets. Like, what a
Like, do you think it is like, I can't get a read on Caleb Williams. Like, I don't know whether he's just. It feels like he's almost edging on Jameis Winston recklessness. You know what I mean? Like the throws he throws.
the one last week to like triple coverage, and someone was like, "Do you think that was an ill-advised throw?" And he was like, "No," and I was like, "Yes." The likelihood of that going wrong was much higher.
Like, yeah.
I feel like he's
I'm
just very confident in his own abilities. Like, I think if there was a throw he genuinely thought he couldn't succeed at, he wouldn't attempt it. But like, all of his ridiculous throws have somehow worked. So there must be a level of confidence there that he believes in himself and he believes in his receiver. Like, there's got to be. And he's probably a bit mad.
It's fucking working, so.
I think he's ridden his luck a little bit. You
Yeah.
kind of have to be, but you have to be lucky in sport, and like with luck comes momentum, and with momentum comes winning. So it's all like wrapped in a really nice little package for you to go and lose your first playoff game in a nice little.
I say that
because that, isn't it? That's how it always ends.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully we get to see him ball out, but we'll see. We'll see if that luck stays with him.
I am a firm believer that we are going to go out in the first game, but that's okay because I get to watch her in the playoffs, which I've never done before. So, well, no, I have once, and it was the double doink. So
we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
As long as we don't do that, I'm fine.
But we're not going to have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Are we lost?
We might actually have the Rams in the Super Bowl. Like, Ailey, what fucking witchcraft? You fucking putting Matt Stafford,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Just saying. You all doubted me, but I did it. It's working.
And now he's MVP.
I mean, I think Puka Nacua has a slight thing to say about that. But yeah, if he wins the MVP, then
It's all down to you.
Yeah, I spoke it into existence.
You did. And we laughed at you.
I mean, I think he's
Yeah,
the only
we
one
did.
of my top 5 QBs that's not injured. So, you know,
Yeah. True.
maybe that's it.
Very true.
Fucking
But also the
wild.
oldest.
Wild. Fucking wild. As for the Cowboys, fuck my life. Like, so where do I start? Shotty is so good for the team. Like, Shotty is everything the team needs. He's good. Matt Eberflus is a fucking terrorist and he needs to leave Dallas now. Jerry, I'm begging you, man. I'm jegging you. And he even said to the reporters, you know what? It's not going to be a couchable issue. This better not be JD Vance. Don't fuck the couch. Don't fuck the couch. Get you know what I mean? Like, get that terrorist away from my team. How can we go from having, at some point in the season, the number one offense in the team and simultaneously having the worst defense? He's a fucking terrorist. And you know what? Shaq knows it as well. Shaq knows it. Because now he's our
I am not an Eberflus, so
Shaq's just sat there going,
he's not on my team anymore, so it's not my problem.
my fuck it. And you know how much it hurts me to say that Dak actually looked good this season? He actually looked good. But I physically could not watch that Chargers game because I hate our defense so much. I was like, no, I couldn't. I chose to watch the Giants. The Giants. That's...
Who's broken the fourth wall?
I chose to watch Jackson Dart try and get another concussion. That's what I chose. And
it's more entertaining, though.
It is. Also,
who needs to protect themselves as a quarterback?
Not him. Not him. CT Prime. Yeah. But my boys, the Patriots, Drake May, my baby boy, he's taking us to the promised land. I love Drake May. Will Campbell's going to be back for the playoffs. Everything's going to be right in the world. We're going to go again. I love you, Drake May. You're amazing. That's all I have to
Cute
say.
boy.
I mean, even Stephon Diggs is looking good. You know what I mean? Drake
Fatherhood.
May's he's a little bit too careless with the ball. A little bit too careless. Like, I'd like him to look after it a little bit more. But the whole team's looking beautiful. Everything. 10-10, no notes. I love the Patriots. I love Drake May. I love Will Campbell. What a time. What a timeline to exist in.
And fuck them Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck
I
them
say that.
Cowboys.
I thought that. But them Cowboys, yeah. But we'll talk about other teams, okay? So in terms of other teams, can we just address how shit JJ McCarthy is?
You mean 9?
I cringe, and it just makes me angry looking at him. And he's like, "Oh, I gotta go off. My hand hurts." He's made of glass. You're playing a contact sport, my guy. Suck up. Suck it up.
Was really entertaining. They just touched it and he was like, it's like, dude.
I think I'm mad at it because I bought into you know what? He's fixed his ACL. He's going to have a screamer of a season. And then I remember that he got drafted the year that the Wolverines got caught cheating. And I was like, you fucker. And he's just awful. He's absolutely awful. Justin Jefferson deserves better.
Do you
But-
feel awful for Justin Jefferson?
Or did anyone see the video? The Netflix promotion?
No.
And it was like all the teams were like, they had like Penei Sewell, Jared Goff, JJ McCarthy, and it was like, what do you all want for Christmas? Like on Christmas they were like a win. And Justin Jefferson was like, some nice clothes, some jewelry. And then the producer was like, everyone's been asking for a win. And he was like, oh, that too. I think he just knew it wasn't going to happen. So he was like, I'll just wait and talk about it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, not a fan of JJ McCarthy. However, Sam Darnold, what a guy. I'm a fan.
Not a
What
one-hit
do you
wonder.
guys think?
2-hit wonder.
I mean, he's proved he can do it in 2 systems now. So really, maybe the guy got some talent. Maybe Sam Darnold should be in a conversation at the beginning of the next season. Who knows?
Still just don't back him. I don't know why. I don't know why. I back the Seahawks, but I just don't back him.
I mean, you are talking about like the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jigba is disgusting. That guy is so talented.
The talent is,
Fuck.
yeah, it's
But
unbelievable.
Watching the Rams game back the other day, it was a tough game for him to kind of stay concentrated. And for a player who's having all this hype all the time, I think sometimes it's easy for them to switch off. Like, I don't know if anyone saw DK Metcalf kind of punch a fan. But like, and then he obviously wasn't spotted by the refs or anything, so he was still in the game. And then he came and dropped the next 2 passes that were thrown to him. Jackson Smith and Jigba, like, first half didn't really catch a ball. I don't think he had more than 1 target. And it was nowhere near. It was like a throw out of bounds, really. And in the second half, he kind of came up clutch in a lot of key moments, which is difficult for a receiver. I think sometimes when you expect the ball all the time and you don't get it, to stay concentrated is quite testament to him.
So we were talking about the Seahawks. Someone else pick a team that's been quite surprising this season.
Commanders, surprisingly shit.
Oof. Yeah, I think I chose them to win our division. Never mind.
No, you didn't.
Did
But
I?
me and Ailey did. No, you backed the Cowboys very reluctantly.
Jaden Daniels, friend. Not only have you screwed up your own team, but you screwed up my fantasy team. So just unhappy with you in general.
He's
back
built like a
Sam Howell.
beanpole, so he is like gonna be the most injury-prone human
I mean,
ever.
we should have seen that coming. He's a stick.
Yes,
There's nothing to him.
He needs me.
yeah, he really,
Yeah.
really does.
Like, boys, now you've been sat on the couch for so long, just bulk up, boy. Come on.
Eat some shit. I don't.
Just, what else
That
are you doing?
elbow injury.
Didn't he, so he came back, didn't he, with like a massive brace on his arm? And then why is he out again?
He
Or
landed
is
on
out?
it.
Oh, he landed on it.
That'll do it.
That
I
will
also
do it.
think is there an element of, okay, well, we've already been shit and there's no point making you worse or us worse.
Yeah.
So we'll just sack this one off, take a good draft pick, move on.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which I
that
mean is fair.
That brings in the argument though about kind of head coaches and how they manage their players, because if you take that same scenario and apply it to the Colts, there's been, first of all, holy fuck the Colts. Daniel Jones,
Yeah. Indiana
Jones, holy fuck. But that same scenario where he was already playing with a fractured leg and then he was still in the game, wasn't it? When they up and they kept him in and then he tore his Achilles and people are calling for the head coach to be quite neglectful of that. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think there's an element of the medical staff have to weigh in and say you're not fit to carry on, like, because I don't know, I can only speak for myself, but you ain't taking me out of the game unless I'm dead. Quite literally, in the finals, in the national championship game, I got hit so hard and I was like, like breathing, and I was looking at our offensive coordinator who was I don't know what he was doing. He was like thinking about the play, but I was staring at him like basically hung like over like this, and the ref did a medical timeout, and I was like, dude, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for the play. I might look dead. But I'm
Duh.
waiting for the play, okay? So I'm fine. And then he made me go off, and I was like, oh, fine, I'm in. But I think
Yeah. I do think there's a lot. Well, it's like that infamous Stafford throw with a dislocated shoulder, isn't it? Like he absolutely, that was back when he was in the Lions, but he like refused to come off and was like, I can make the play. And I mean, he did. But I do think, especially quarterbacks, pretty much refuse to come off unless their limbs hanging off.
But
So,
do you end up in a situation, I don't know if any of you watched like not Kicky Ball, where
Too.
a couple of years ago, Chelsea tried to substitute their goalkeeper in a cup final, and they were like, he was like, I'm not going.
Mhm.
I'm just not going. And everyone was like, well, wait, what happens now? Because he's not going, but he can't come on until he goes off. What happens? And he ended up staying on. They ended up losing the game, so it was terrible.
And now he doesn't play for them.
No, he doesn't play with them. But like, I guess that's the scenario, isn't it? Like, if you say you need to come out, and they go, no, like, what are you gonna do? Put 12 players on the field and get a penalty?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who
Where does the league
was their
stand on-
backup before they got Philip Rivers in? Because Anthony Richardson was still injured.
Riley Leonard?
Who the fuck is he?
No.
Also,
did
how fuming would you be if you were Riley Leonard and they literally dragged fucking
Philip Rivers on the sofa.
Philip Rivers out of retirement because they're like, don't like this guy. We're not
Yeah.
going to trust him with the
Some-
rest of our season.
Yeah. Don't believe in you, sorry.
How would you feel if you were Daniel Jones and you had to give up your jersey number as well?
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Because
Oh,
Daniel Jones was definitely wearing 17.
Yeah.
And then
I mean-
Philip Rivers came back and he was like, take it.
He probably doesn't have much of a say, to be fair. It's just like in his little boot, like, Tory.
His little boot.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
I also feel really bad for Daniel Jones. Like, how many systems has that boy been in? And everyone's like, he's a bit shit. And then, what a season. You know what I mean? Like,
Tell
what a
me he
season.
wasn't going to be comeback player of the year if he'd carried on.
Right? Fuck. Fuck. And now he's poor and injured, bless him.
He's poor and injured with his little boot.
Boulder.
But then we talk about other systems that just haven't started working that should do. Let's talk about the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, what the fuck is going on? Seriously.
My other fantasy QB. Just quit.
But yeah, I genuinely don't know what's gone on with the Ravens offense this season. They've just not been getting it. Like the game against the Patriots. I mean, they didn't stand a chance because the Patriots are amazing. Like, but they were productive. Every time they gave Henry the ball, he was productive. And yet, still, they're just not utilising him enough. Like, they're very reliant on these outs, which I know are high percentage cash, like turnover. But I don't know, it's just something's not working. Like,
Wasn't it yesterday? Like they didn't give Henry the ball the entire fourth quarter or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why not?
And isn't he a free agent? Like, he's only been signed on for a year. Like, he's coming up
Oh,
for
is he?
free agency as well.
We'll take him. We'll take him.
Way to tell him we don't want you no more.
Imagine. I mean, Mark Andrews is as well, and he's captain drop ball in an important time as well.
Did he not just sign another 3 years or something?
Has he already signed?
I'm sure last week, unless I've just made that up.
I'll give.
Get the research.
The
on
search
that.
engines are available.
So we're talking about Cleo. What is your opinion on Bo Nix?
It's very specific.
I'm just looking at his face.
Okay, and you looking at my face and just thought, yeah, that makes sense. No worries.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
You, Bo
That's
Nix,
Cleo,
like
don't-
this.
Honestly, I mean, I think he's all right. I don't have much of an opinion on Bo Nix. If you ask me, I think Sean Payton is a great general manager, head
Yeah.
coach, whatever you want to call it. Sorry. And the Broncos have a good defense, which makes them hard to play against. I think them and the Patriots are have kind of snuck under the radar as this team that's like very consistent, but isn't playing like flashy games. They're just like getting the job done. So they're definitely ones to watch, although that would be a really boring Super Bowl. But, it could happen,
Their defense is pulled into.
Brief interlude for Mark Andrews. $39.3 million 3-year contract
What?
Nice.
with $26 million guaranteed.
How old is he?
Oh, I didn't ask Google that.
Sorry, I thought we just say it.
I know that he became the Ravens' all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches during this season.
So he must be old.
I feel like about 2-3 years ago, you've had a couple of really unbelievable seasons. I only know that because he was my
He is
tight end on
30
fantasy.
years old.
Well, that's not too old. I say as a 30-year-old. But yeah, I feel like people still think Mark Andrews is the player that he was about 3 seasons ago, which
Yeah.
he ain't. He's not bad. I mean, this season has been questionable, but
I mean,
He's
but
fine.
I don't think anybody in the Ravens is really playing up to their potential. So is it the system? Is it the coaches? What is it that's going on? Like, I don't know, what does Abby think it is, Bo?
She just gets really, really sad when we watch the games now. She gets really, really sad. What makes her happy is the secondary. I mean, she's a DB, so she's going to be, personally think, because last season, that's what was hemorrhaging the points. I think Kyle Van Noy, Hamilton, and the other one, Marlon Humphreys, I think they're working really beautifully together. Something with the offense just isn't, they seem very complacent. They don't seem hungry. It's very disjointed. It's like they're too comfy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was that thing, wasn't there, about them removing all the games and stuff from the locker room so they could stay focused. But I don't know, like, I think it is a combination of the system isn't working. I don't know what is it Todd Monken? I think it's Todd Monken that's just not, I don't know. Like, I'd be remiss if they renewed John Harbaugh, though. I'd be like,
Yeah, I'd be surprised too.
he won a Super Bowl, but you know what I mean? Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson is a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
talent.
You can't be wasting seasons with Lamar Jackson, can you, really? So he's either got to go or John's got to go, I think.
Like, they've got the offense of fantasy football. You know what I mean? You've got Derek Hunt, you've got Zay Flowers, you've got tight ends, you've got, like, their O-line is just phenomenal, and yet still it's, like, I don't know. It's
Zay Flowers
weird.
has had an absolute shocker of a season as well.
Yeah.
He really redeemed himself in that Patriots game, but then, I don't know. They've
He just keeps seeming to drop them at crucial moments. Like
Like he did. Wasn't there one where he like caught it and took 2 steps and then like fumbled it and then they were like, that should be a touchdown, but it wasn't. And then they
What was that football move, or was that? No, I know it was a Ravens, but it was like a football move.
Mm.
Oh, what's his name? The older guy with the dreads, DeAndre Hopkins. They wanted a football move, and it was 2 steps in the thingy, and they've repealed it. That was fucking corrupt. But yeah, weird.
I mean,
weird vibe.
defensive player of the season was that pick 6 last week. Carl Van Noy being like, "I'm too old for this. You run."
Oh, right. Like, what?
I just was like, no, you take it.
But like the
Also-
awareness to even do that, I think is
Yeah, that's
is
pretty good.
peak.
The
Yeah.
commentators were like, he's drawing in the defenders so that they
Like,
can't.
nah,
and
he's
that's
just
why
given
they've
up.
created the space. Really, he's gone, I'm blowing. No.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I don't
That
want
is
to
like
do that.
80 yards I need to run. Absolutely not.
Also, on a completely separate note, Carl Van Noy, he's 34. Why does he look like he's done 10 years in a coal mine? I beg. I
Playing for the
beg.
Ravens, maybe. Maybe he has. Who knows?
Like, it's not even just his hairline. Like, his face looks like he's just seen things. You know what I mean? Like, you could carbon date that motherfucker. Like, that is a lot. Right? See, did you hear that? That was a ooh. Like,
His head's like shaped to the helmet, to the inside of the helmet.
it's very like Squidward. You know, like handsome Squidward shaped, but without the handsome Squidward face. It's rough. Like, I
Need
find
to
it
look
really
now.
jarring to look at.
He looks
Like-
like he has great posture though.
When he was younger, and when he first signed
I'm really glad you said that while I sit like slouched on the chair, like hunchback.
there's got to be like a linebacker in the league somewhere, like some Dorian Gray shit. There's a picture of a linebacker getting younger, and it's taken from Carl Van Noy's good looks. Because fuck me,
He's had
that
a hard life, hasn't he? Playing.
right?
He's had a hard life playing for the Ravens.
Like, he used to be so well groomed, and now it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Look at that one.
Right? Right? I didn't realize he's played for so many teams. I thought he
No,
was
I
just a
didn't.
legacy Ravens player. Oh, he's a Mormie as well. Oh, I forgot about this. Him and his wife are like Team Mormie. My wife's got a new obsession with BYU and the Mormies. So this is
He's
where we're
been
at right
everywhere. He was a BYU Cougar.
now.
Then he went to the Lions for 2 years. Then he went to the Patriots for 4 years. Then the Dolphins for a year. Then back to the Patriots. Then to the Chargers, and now he's in 2023. He joined the Ravens.
Wild.
Journeyman.
Yeah, he fucking looks like one as well.
I mean, when you've moved house that many times,
Yeah, it might just be movement.
no wonder.
So we'll talk about your other team, Cleo, the Cardinals.
Fantastic. Yes. Do you know what? This is how I
This-
thought I'd feel about the Saints this season.
Yeah.
Because
Split.
genuinely, if you go back to the beginning of the season, I told you guys, I remember saying to you guys, the Saints are an aging franchise with a rookie quarterback who's unproven. We've got all these vets who are about to leave. We're screwed. And
Mhm.
Arizona, I said, we've got a great chance. Kyler Murray's fantastic. Of course. Yeah. How did that end up? Well, yeah, I mean, about 80% of the Arizona roster is injured and out for the season. And we have Jacoby Brissett, who I actually think is quite a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Real.
I think he's
Yeah.
very solid is probably the word I would use, like just Mr. Reliable. Trey Bryce is one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's probably it for the Cards. The defense is shocking. They have lost a lot of players, to be fair, and down a couple safeties. You've been also, listen to this, right? You've got James Conner out, Trey Benson out, Bam Knight out. You're on RB4. So you have no running game at
You
all.
got Michael Carr.
So, I mean, you're talking about like people being like, oh, Michael Wilson, what a great wide receiver. Nobody knew who Michael Wilson was in week 1. Nobody knew him. Nobody knew who that guy was. Marvin Harrison Jr. got injured, and then Michael Wilson was like, well, I guess I'm next up, like wide receiver 17 or something. And now everyone's like, oh, what a great guy. It's like, he had no choice. He literally had no choice. For 3 weeks, he didn't make a single catch. And then he was like, I should probably make some catches, otherwise they're going to cut me. And then he started making catches. So it's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. I don't actually think Kyler Murray is injured. I think he is fine and he just doesn't want to come back and play for the Cards. I think he's going to move somewhere else.
I think he's going to move. I'll
Yeah.
agree with that one.
Is it
Yeah.
the new Call of Duty also? I'm being serious.
Had a new Fortnite.
Yeah, that's
Um,
where he's been this whole time.
I would just like to say, when I was going back to the first episode and going through who we all predicted to win the divisions, Cleo and Ayla, you both said the Cardinals. Cleo, you hyped up Kyler Murray, and Ayla, you said, and I quote, I wrote it down, excited to see what Kyler Murray can do with a full healthy season.
Aged well, didn't it?
Well, I mean, technically we haven't seen it. So really,
True.
No, I was right.
you can
My
roll that
thinking
over
was
to next
correct.
season. Yeah.
But Kyler Murray, if once he disappeared, they sucked even more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not quite a Matthew Stafford level pick, but we move.
It's all about balance, my friend. It's all about balance.
You win some, you lose some, right? You know, just stay above 50% like the Panthers.
So, talking about another healthy QB, what are we talking about Joe Burrow? What are we saying, guys?
Oh, the poor boy
Oh,
looks
boy.
miserable.
Boy,
I don't think he's going to stay at the Bengals.
Not for his mental health.
I think he will, but I think he only will now because they're going to be shitting themselves.
They're going to do whatever they can to make that boy
Mhm.
stay. He looked so miserable the other day, though. Not, see, they beat the Dolphins, but we don't need to talk about the Dolphins. That's a waste of time. And mind you, Quinn Ewers, bless his little soul, he was an indecisive little lamb.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Flattered. He got absolutely flattened the whole game. But I think Joe they've got the weapons when they're all fit. How T. Higgins came back from that concussion
So
that
quick.
quickly, I will never know.
Dodge.
I was listening to the broadcast though, and they were saying that they sent him to Pittsburgh to a concussion specialist, which I think it's the clinic that the guy that found CTE founded or something. So they sent him there, and he got cleared. And I was like, how? Why? How? But then he was incredible the whole game.
I mean, he's a great player. To be fair, he's a great player. Jamar Chase, honestly, I've had him on both of my fantasy teams this year, and he is so consistently good. Considering how crap the Bengals are and how Joe Burrow has been out for half the season, what a weird season the Bengals have. Like if you're what the hell? If you're a Bengals fan,
Also,
you'd be like, this has been a
Turf
fever dream. Like what the hell? The whole time. I mean, Joe Burrow looked so sad last week. Genuinely, I was having a bad day, and I was like, life's not that bad. I could be him.
It
Like
could be Joe Burrow.
I could be earning millions in
it was that he looked ready to like just be like, nah, I'm done with this shit. But they're a great team. If they can just get a good defense and stop messing everyone around, then they'd
If
be
they
fun.
put more money into that team
Yeah.
instead of just three
I mean,
players.
how many points did the Dolphins score the other day? Like, they still put a decent number on them. Like, don't get me wrong, the Bengals scored 45 or something ridiculous, but
I mean,
like,
the Dolphins, I think it was 21 or something. They still put like 20 points. Is like, yeah, considering like the Bengals had the ball for like 90% of the time. That's
yeah,
impressive.
they did score 45-21.
Defense is utterly diabolical.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
I mean,
exist.
they had some takeaways in that game as well, but it's like they get excited and then you can see like the offense on the sideline. You can see Jamar Chase like just staring them down like, why are you getting excited for this? This is what you're supposed to do. This is your job.
I find it quite like damning when they were getting booed. Was it them that were getting booed? Or was it the Eagles? It was one of them, and they were getting booed. I think it was the Eagles, maybe. And the fans were booing them, and they were like, "You don't like it? Go home! Fucking go home! This is it." I think it might have been the Bengals actually. But fuck.
The Seahawks fans booed as well. The Seahawks had a 3rd and 16 and they were booing because they called a run play to Kenneth Walker and then he got it. And like halfway through the play when they realised he got over a first down, they were like, boo, hey!
I was saying boo ends.
I want to know what this turf toe thing's about.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
because I hadn't even heard about it before this season. I'm not being
But
funny.
he's not the first one to have turf. Bryce Young's had turf toe as well. And I'm like, you were a quarterback. How much running are you really doing?
So the quarterbacks, all three of you that have played quarterback, apparently. So when it's your ability to plant and grip with your big toe. If you imagine that ability, if you putting your feet on the floor,
Cleo's thought
pushing
process.
your big So that action of pushing the broad bit of your big toe down on the floor, can you feel the tendon, the joiny bit? That has a grade of sprain and tear, and sometimes it can actually come through the muscle and bruise severely. So it affects your whole balance and your ability to like roll on that foot.
Where did you get all this from? Are you reading that from somewhere?
Oh, I go down rabbit holes.
Have you
I
seen
was like,
that
that's
guy
so
on?
impressive.
There's a guy on YouTube that does like basically all he does a whole week is just like review injuries in sports. He's like, well, because they fell this way and because they fell like this, then this would have torn and that would have torn. And I was like, it's wild. But it's just I don't understand how in a professional environment it gets to the point where you end up with turf toe.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish it was
is the
called
front
something
foot
less
or the
pathetic.
back foot? Yeah, that's probably what it is. We're just like, it sounds so stupid. Is it the front foot or the back foot? Is it like your
I assume it must be the front.
Oh, I was thinking back, but I'm not a QB, so.
I mean, you played it for a season. We know you.
Well, I played
Isn't
it for 10 minutes.
I would assume it was the back one, no? Because that's the one that you twist and like your muscles are extended. My front foot's just on the floor.
Yeah, but isn't it because when you plant your foot and drive that to get
Any
out the
idea?
ball floor and work it out?
I can just tell you how it's broken. I can't. You guys know how to throw. I just hit people.
Well, we are too good to get turf toe, so that's what's going on here.
Exactly.
That's the issue, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we have no idea what it is. So we might have had it, but we wouldn't know.
But you know what? Ignorance is bliss. Maybe there's too much doctoring happening here and just let the boys play.
Yeah, just strap it up and get back on there. Come on. Bunch of babies.
There has
Unless
been,
you're
like,
playing with a broken leg and then we draw a line.
I mean, Indiana Jones still went on, so
Look how that ended up.
yeah, very true. Very true. But don't you find
Keep
it
it
funny how
please.
there's trends of injuries? Like, remember
Mm.
was it 2 seasons ago where everyone was doing their Achilles in? And now it's turf toe and ACLs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Get rid of it.
and completely decimating people's legs, like Cam Scatterbo. Love that boy. Quinchon Judkins?
Judkins.
Judkins. That
Yeah?
looked nasty.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Total
He's also
dislocation.
massive.
Yeah.
Is
Like,
he?
I went to the NFL game in London and he was huge. He was like throwing balls into the crowd with David Njoku, who's also
Yeah, he is
humongous.
huge, yeah.
But both of them just like shirts off. But I think it's the turf.
Or do
Yeah.
you think it's got to a point now where, you know, like at Crufts, where it's like, ooh, best in breed, and we're just overbreeding our running backs and they're just all a bit fragile now? Do you think? At what point do they start genetically modifying footballers and athletes? Are we at the English bulldog phase where they need a little bit of, they're all, and it's not actually healthy for the breed? You know what I mean?
That is
I
quite a
don't-
comparison.
When you went like at Crufts, I was really concerned as to where it was going.
But is it a factor though? Because like if you think about O linemen, right? Like everyone has. There was that Steelers player that's like the tight end that's like 6'7" and 300 pounds.
Or Darnell Washington.
Yeah. And he was quite remiss to admit how much he weighed. And he was on a podcast and they were like, come on, you get weekly weigh-ins. And
Oh, they were
there
like,
are-
how much do you weigh? And he was like, I don't know.
And they were like, come on. You know what I mean? First of all, like, how little would people play football in England if we had to weigh in weekly? Oh my God. Fuck. But, like, these guys that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, is there, like, inherent built-in genetic problems that we now need to start being like they've ignored women's sports and how hormones affect our bodies and how we probably need special cleats and probably need special things. Have we reached this stage? I'm trying not to get into whatever the fuck it is, genetics, far right shit. But like, are the genetic risks, because these men are quite tall, quite big, quite huge, are the more risks? Like, how much can you actually boil down to grass and surface, and how much can you actually thingy to massive people hitting each other and the risks associated?
Do you think there's an element of like how much practice as well? Like, of those, like, I mean, speaking of someone who's been through like tendonitis and stuff, like changing direction, like even as a kicker, like planting your standing leg repeatedly every single day, like
Mm.
surely somewhere along the line there's got to be, people are talking about, women's football, like ACLs, and whether the amount of training and the amount of gym work and all that actually is just creating weakness rather than strength.
I think as well, like these football players now in America as well are starting to get absolutely jacked by the time they're like a junior in high school. And then just repeated that. And as well with the NFL now having 17 games a season as well. I think it is that sort of level of they're getting quite big quite early on, and it's just like wear and tear over the years.
Is that like stunting growth? Like, because everyone said for years, didn't they? As a youngster, you shouldn't be loading with weights. But these kids, some of these kids are like the high school programs are run like college programs, and college programs are run like NFL programs. So, these kids are training like pro athletes from the time they're like 15. Like, there was a documentary on YouTube, I think, about Ryder Lyons, and he is basically treated like a first string NFL quarterback. He's in the building at, I don't know, 5 a.m. watching film with the coaches. He's a kid. Like,
That is wild.
and he's playing 7-on-7, and he's playing varsity, and he's playing state championships. And I'm like, this kid, he's a kid. Like, don't get me wrong, I know you've got boundless energy, but like, surely somewhere along the line, by the time you're 27, you've been doing that for 10 years.
Yeah.
Things are going to hurt.
I mean, I think like as well, I think it's a mentality thing as well as everything like you've just said. Like if they're getting jacked in like high school, if they're like absolutely the top physical specimen that they can be as a human, then they're mentally going to be like, I am like unbreakable. And then they're going to throw themselves into situations that if they weren't completely like doing gym work 20,000 hours a week, then they would probably think I have limitations. I'm only a human being. I know what my strengths and weaknesses are. I mean, like, look at Aaron Rodgers. He knows he can't run for shit, and he doesn't do it. And that's why the man is still playing at 40. Like Tom Brady's the same. Like, the most like longevity you get are players that understand their limitations and like play within their strengths, and that's it. But you've got these players that come through and they're absolutely huge. So they don't think they have limitations. They think like I'm the strongest, I'm the biggest, and I'm going to go and like leave my mark on this game. And then you've got two people that come together and do that. Someone's going to end up with their leg
Someone's
facing the
gonna
wrong way.
lose. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the Jackson Dart type thing, though. Like, you've been the best player in the best team for the last 10 years. You arrive at the NFL and you're like, yeah, I can run through you. I've run through people ever since I was in high school. And then you hit someone like a ton of bricks who's, like built. And one of you's going to come off worse. And when you've been running in and you know you're the strongest, probably don't take the same precautions to protect your head or protect whatever or get out of bounds. Because in high school, if you're a quarterback who can run, great, you're going to score loads of touchdowns and you're going to get recruited loads. Come to the NFL and they're like, don't do it, run out of bounds. And they're not there for it. Look at Anthony Richardson, who's another prime example. They think they're invincible.
I love that we got into the ethics of football. This makes me very happy. I'm going to be political for a little bit and just be like, I know we've like verged on to eugenics a little bit, but I'm going to take that back and we're going to go to like, I think another massive factor that we have to be painfully aware of is that we live in a capitalist society, and American football takes place in the most hyper-capitalist society in the world. So American society is built on this kind of, you have to get rich and the poor are just poor. And the only way to bridge that gap to live in a livable society where the cost of living is going up is to be good at sport. So then you've got these young men that are like, I have to be good at sport to kind of save my family from poverty, which
Yeah.
is constructed by these people that build these football systems,
Yeah.
which mean that you get men that are kind of putting pressure on themselves to perform. They have to secure that, that paycheck. And then you get people like Marshawn Overshone that committed suicide, had extensive CTE, had a lot of pressure. He had that pressure of kind of being a family man. Like, it's this kind of, football is so much bigger than people realize sometimes. And like, yes, there are these intrinsic health factors that come into it, but also it's built in a system where these men are fighting for their lives and for their family's existence to, to be able to afford things. So they are going to go into it because it's you just need one moment, don't you, in the NFL to be made a legend, to be that someone. So, if you're going into it and you're given the chance to be someone, to get that paycheck, I'd run in head first. I wouldn't hesitate. Oh,
I mean, I guess you think I was reading Across the River, that, like,
yes,
the stories in that, like, and I've watched all of The Last Chance U as well. And you look at the background that these kids come from, and like, for many of them, that is their only way out of, neighborhoods like that in New Orleans, where, literally you could be shot on any corner, and you have to take a different route home just in case something happens. Yeah, you are pretty good at football or whatever sport, and it's an opportunity to, because now even just making college, you can make loads of money. So, if that gets you out somewhere, but then you end up with what do you do next? What
I
happens
think,
when you
like,
stop?
on the flip side of that as well, though, and like going into that, that's why I have so much respect for players like Andrew Luck, who tapped out early for his own health because he wanted to remember his kids growing up, basically. And like, and even then, you still get quite a lot of fans who forget that players are actually humans themselves as well, and are like absolutely devastated because maybe the Colts were going to be crap that season or something. And I thought, surely this man's health and family life is a lot more important than one season of a football team that you support. Like, but because I think America is so, as you say, it revolves quite heavily around sports, and especially I think the NFL as well. It's like that is literally your life. Like, you have to revolve your entire life around the season and watching games, and they get so into it, and then they forget that players are just humans themselves and are egging them on to make themselves into these machines that are easily broken or are going to be fucked for the rest of their life. Because, like, well, once they're retired, I'm not bothered because I'm
Someone
not paying
else will do
attention
it.
to them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Because the desire to be the next person to get out feels the sight,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
got really deep and philosophical, and I loved it. Loved it. Have you got any remarks, Cleo, before we close off?
No, I think you guys all said it. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it. Like, we all obviously subscribe to this sport that we love to watch and love to play. And like, it is easy to forget that there are real people like on the other side of it all. And it takes an injury or like something really bad happening for people, even the players, to remember that each other are human, I think. And then they're like, shit, this person's got a family and friends and like, people that care about them and rely on them. And if we're all maybe a little bit more considerate and a little bit more compassionate, then the world would probably be a better place.
Amen. Amen. Any closing sentiments? So we will round this up. Ailey, any leaving thoughts? Last comment?
And keep pounding. Let's stay above 50%.
Here's to next season, guys. Here's to next season.
Are we still tanking for Arch?
We can't tank for Arch now. Stupidly average now.
It's too late. Too late.
Better.
Good,
Sure.
Better than the rest.
Until your good is better.
Then you better get best.
Yes! And go Patriots. I love you, Drake May. This has been Lids On. Bye!
Bye.